as the US slams its doors shut with a jaw-dropping $1 lakh fee for the new H-1B visas, UK and China are rolling out the red carpet. In the UK, Prime Minister Keir Starmer is weighing a bold plan, scrapping visa fees entirely for the top global talent. The proposal could apply for graduates of the world's best universities and winners of elite global awards. The timing is no coincidence. The move hints that Britain wants to grab very minds that the US risks losing. Meanwhile, China has unveiled a brand new K-visa category designed to lure young science and technology professionals. With easier entry, longer stays, and no need for a local employer sponsor, Beijing is making a play for global innovators. And the message is loud and clear. As Trump's America turns protectionist, others are seizing the opportunity to attract the best brains. For India, this essentially could mean new opportunities. Countries hungry for high-skilled migrants will increasingly look forward towards India's vast talent pool of coders, doctors, and researchers. From the labs of Cambridge to the startup hubs of Schengen, the global visa race is heating up. And this time, India's skilled workforce might be the biggest winner. And to discuss this further, I am joined by our guest this evening. I'm joined by Adit Kothari, who is the foreign affairs and geopolitical expert. Well, Mr. Kothari, thank you for taking your time and joining me here at News 9. At the very outset, I want to ask you, how do you look at this new announcement that has been made by Donald Trump? Not that he has not surprised us with his recent imposition of tariffs, but this new exorbitant fee for the H-1B visa. How do you think it's going to be beneficial for India? Because there are countries like Canada, UAE, China, UK, who are going to be opening up the doors for the skilled workforce from India.
True. I just don't think it's the skilled workforce, but it's also the education industry, which the United States has largely been a beneficiary of. Indian students just do not get H-1B visas, and as a consequence, earn monies out of the United States. Indian students also go across the Atlantic into the United States and spend billions of dollars every year, adding, much to the economic churning of the US economy, the education economy. And there has been a lot of apprehension about this, with, which has been sort of echoed across various university administration teams to the Trump administration, that, if you are cutting down, or if you are putting such high barriers to entry, especially in STEM sciences, you're automatically going to have consequences with regards to US education getting adversely impacted. I just wanted to say this out quickly, that, nations that have often, looked inwards and, have had myopic policies where they think they are insulating themselves by locking the world out. The harsh reality is that they're actually only just opening up the door to their own undoing, and that is what Donald Trump's inward-looking and myopic policies are predominantly doing. It's a very myopic way of looking at, if we lock out the world, then we are sort of creating an atmosphere for our local talents to come up. But that's truly not at the heart of the problem. The heart of the problem is that the Americans need the brains from India and China to come out, and because they have been part of the whole American innovation industry. People like Elon Musk are the ones who've come in, have come on H-1B, which is why they're such great patrons of this particular visa category.
Mr. Adit Kothari, in the last 8 years, we have seen how the India's IT hub has gradually reduced its dependence on the H-1B visa. Are we also to understand then that if at all this H-1B visa is going to make Indians vulnerable, the skilled workforce for that matter, it becomes advantage India as well, because you are gaining the same set of people over here domestically, and perhaps there can be further growth and innovation in the domestic market?
True. I mean, so there will be, as a consequence, as long as we are able to take advantage of this. So India basically needs to ready itself, ensure that we can give out corporate tax benefits to all of these companies, which are currently, based out of the Silicon Valley, which are the innovators. So we need to reach out to them. We need to give them, corporate tax benefits as a consequence, where they can expand into India, they can expand their footprints in various parts of India and take advantage of the large resource pool that we have available as a consequence. So you know uh, India will basically need to step up its game as well. Of course, outsourcing is going to become a very common practice, because all of these companies which are going to be based out of the United States will not want to pay that 100,000 dollars of H-1B fees, which is why Canada, United Kingdom, China, and even countries like Philippines become they will basically offset that particular issue. But again, at the heart of it, India will basically need to up its game and ensure that it's able to invite these various startups and various tech firms into India to expand its footprint.
Mr. Kothari, we have seen how, given the tariff, this comes again as another blow for Indians, the H-1B visas. But as far as India is concerned, they are taking up every opportunity to try and explore newer avenues. Like Prime Minister Modi maintains that Aapada mein Afsar. This time around also, can we expect that this can lead to new global realignment and equations between countries like China, UK and many others who would be laying out the red carpets for the Indian workforce?
So I think the United Kingdom is already mulling over this. I think the news is from today, like you mentioned. United Kingdom is mulling over scrapping its visa fees for a certain category of students globally to invite talent and make them part of this economic journey, and take advantage of United States basically going inward and very myopic. So there will be other countries which will be looking to open its doors to talent like this, where they would want to invite them in and ensure that they can add to the growth and the ecosystem of those countries as well. So Canada, Australia, New Zealand are all going to be looking to get Indian students to come in, not only just to input from an economic journey of investing their monies into their academic and education system, but also then become part of their system and contribute to the growth
Trying
and
to say,
overall
Mr.
success of
Kothari,
success
is
of
that
these
the Indians
countries.
will have nothing to lose.
Yeah, true that. So I think it's a win-win situation for the Indians in general.
Absolutely. But as far as US is concerned, will they try to rethink this, or what is your take on it? Because they are cognizant of the fact that a larger skilled workforce in US is definitely not those belonging to the US, but many like Indians being a core of their workforce.
True. I mean, if we look at the top 20 CEOs of the United States, and we see, the number of Indians and the foreign workers who have contributed to these firms, that data will clearly ensure that the Sundar Pichais and the Satya Nadellas of the world are the ones who the United States has predominantly benefited as a consequence of. But looking at Trump's policies, they have been quite temperamental. I mean, we'll remember from
Right.
May, he wanted to cut Chinese students from coming into the country, and now he's inviting 600,000 Chinese students to become part of the education sector. So, he has been temperamental, and that is pretty much what his policies have been so far. So I'm sure that at some point or the other, the United States will rethink over this
Absolutely. And
myopic
we shall
policy.
wait to see if
And
at all Donald Trump is going to revisit his decision of imposing exorbitant fee for the H-1B visas. But as of now, thank you, Adit Kothari, for taking your time and joining me here at News9. Shifting our focus is where we are getting you some visuals on your screens right now, which may seem like a scene from an action film. Just that, it's a real-life incident. An action caught on camera. An orange speeding Lamborghini crashed into a divider on Mumbai's newly inaugurated coastal road on Saturday. The video of which has now gone viral, and the CCTV footage captured the shocking aftermath of the incident, with the luxury car seen in a total wrecked condition. The only relief was that the sports car driver escaped unhurt in the incident. The police suspects that the wet road led to the accident, as the financial capital witnessed rain earlier in the day. The driver of the car has now been identified as one Atish Shah, a 52-year-old, who lost control of the wheels, due to which the car skidded on the road and rammed into the divider. The video of the accident is now viral on social media, raising some serious questions on road safety. Those are the visuals on your screens right now. You can see how the car is spinning on those roads, which may appear to be a scene from either a sitcom or a movie. But the fact is that this essentially happened on Saturday morning, an action that was caught on a camera, and that orange speeding Lamborghini crashed into a divider on Mumbai's newly inaugurated coastal road on Saturday. And ladies and gentlemen, those are the visuals on your screens right now, which has since gone viral. The CCTV footage captured the shocking aftermath of the incident, with the luxury car seen in a total wrecked condition. But the relief was that the driver of the car, identified as one Atish Shah, a 52-year-old man who had lost control of the wheels, due to which the car skidded on the road and rammed into the divider, raising some serious questions about road safety and whether at all it was a case of a car skidding due to wet roads. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi offers prayers at the Mata Tripura Sundari Temple. Prime Minister Modi will shortly inaugurate the development work of Mata Tripura Sundari Temple complex at Mata Bari under Pilgrimage, Rejuvenation and Spiritual Heritage Augmentation Drive. It is one of the ancient 51 Shakti Peeths located in Udaipur town of Gomti district in Tripura. And those are the visuals on your screens right now, where you can see the Prime Minister paying obeisance. He is present over there in Tripura to offer prayers at the Mata Tripura Sundari Temple. My colleague Brijesh Pandey is joining me on the phone line to get us more details. Well, Brijesh, take us through the significance of the Prime Minister's visit to Tripura. The fact that he is set to inaugurate the development of Mata Tripura Sundari Temple complex at the Mata Bari under the Pilgrimage, Rejuvenation and Spiritual Heritage Augmentation Drive.
Well, there was a lot of public expectation that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate a redeveloped Mata Tripura Sundari Temple, and, the Prime Minister has done it. Now, this Mata Tripura Sundari Temple has a lot of significance, and if you look at the fact that, once when Chief Minister Manik Saha had tweeted about it, and, the tweet read that enchanting nighttime supernatural view of the new infrastructure of Mother's Abode built under the PRASAD project. So it kind of a way, shows the importance of Tripura Sundari, Mata Tripura Sundari Temple, and also the fact that it is being built under the PRASAD, which is Pilgrimage, Rejuvenation and Spiritual Heritage Augmentation Drive, which is a scheme of the Union Tourism Ministry. Now, this particular temple is a 524-year-old temple, and it has been redeveloped at a cost of over 52 crores. So, Tripura government has contributed 7 crore to this particular temple. Now, this temple has a lot of historical significance. It was built in 1501 by the state's erstwhile king, and is said to be one of the 51 Shakti Peeth. And if you look at the eastern India, after Kali Temple in Kolkata's Kali Ghat and Ma Kamakhya's temple in Guwahati, this is the third Shakti Peeth. So this is a lot of significance as far as Hindu community is concerned in the state of Tripura.
Thank you, Brijesh, for getting us all those details and putting Prime Minister's visit to Tripura into perspective for our viewers here. It is the Prime Minister's big push for the Northeast, where he is also gone to Arunachal earlier in the day, with several key projects and infrastructure projects that is set to launch for a Viksit Bharat. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in Arunachal Pradesh and will visit Tripura today to inaugurate and lay the foundation stone for development projects worth 5,100 crore. The Prime Minister will lay the foundation stone for two major hydropower projects in Itanagar, the 240 megawatt Hyo and 186 megawatt Tato Ai, with a combined investment of 3,700 crores. The projects aim to utilize the region's hydropower potential and promote clean and sustainable energy. He will also unveil a state-of-the-art convention center in Tawang, situated at a height of over 9,800 feet, with a capacity to host 1,500 delegates, boosting tourism and cultural engagement. In addition, the Prime Minister will also inaugurate key infrastructure projects worth 1,290 crores, covering roads, healthcare, women's welfare and fire safety. Later in Tripura, he will inaugurate the redevelopment Mata Tripura Sundari Temple complex under the PRASAD scheme, designed in unique tortoise shape. The facelift is set to boost pilgrimage tourism and improve the local economy in Gomti district. Well, a big push as far as the Northeast is concerned for the Prime Minister. First, it was Arunachal Pradesh, and right now the Prime Minister is in Tripura. All these are aimed to inaugurate and lay the foundation stone for development projects to the tune of 5,100 crores. The Prime Minister set to lay the foundation stone for two major hydropower projects in Itanagar, the 240 megawatt Hyo and the 186 megawatt Tato Ai, with a combined investment of 3,700 crores. Well, it is where the Prime Minister is maintaining that the government remembers the Northeast in all its steps when it comes to infrastructure development, Viksit Bharat, and it cannot happen without Northeast in the tow. He has also gone ahead and slammed the opposition, saying that for each time around where the opposition has felt that there is a backward and weak opportunities for people in the Northeast, Prime Minister has seen it as aspirational.
दिल्ली में बैठकर देश चलाते थे, उन्होंने अरुणाचल को हमेशा नजरअंदाज किया। कांग्रेस जैसे दल सोचते थे कि अरुणाचल में इतने कम लोग हैं, लोकसभा की 2 ही सीटें हैं, तो क्यों अरुणाचल पर ध्यान दिया जाए? कांग्रेस की सोच का अरुणाचल को, पूरे नॉर्थ ईस्ट को बहुत नुकसान हुआ। हमारा पूरा नॉर्थ ईस्ट विकास में बहुत पीछे छूट गया। साथियों, आपने जब 2014 में मुझे देश की सेवा का अवसर दिया, तो मैंने कांग्रेसी सोच से देश को मुक्ति दिलाने की ठान ली। हमारी प्रेरणा किसी राज्य में वोटों और सीटों की संख्या नहीं, नेशन फर्स्ट की भावना है। देश पहले हमारा एक ही मंत्र है, नागरिक देवो भव। जिनको कभी किसी ने नहीं पूछा, उसको मोदी पूजता है।
As far as the Prime Minister is concerned, he has hailed the next generation goods and services tax reforms that have come into effect from today. In Arunachal Pradesh's Itanagar, Prime Minister Modi expressed confidence that the GST reforms would help accelerate India's growth story.
आज से देश में नेक्स्ट जनरेशन जीएसटी रिफॉर्म्स लागू हुए हैं। जीएसटी बचत उत्सव की शुरुआत हुई है। त्योहारों के इस मौसम में जनता जनार्दन को ये डबल बोनांजा मिला है।
Now launching the Bachat Utsav, that is the festival of savings, Prime Minister Modi met local traders, shopkeepers and industry leaders dealing in a wide range of products, highlighting the benefit of the recently implemented GST rate reduction. In his address, Prime Minister Modi said that with income up to 12 lakhs being tax exempt from this year, the GST rate cuts effective from the first day of Navratris is where the common people and the middle class of the country will see a double bonanza.
देश में 25 करोड़ लोगों ने गरीबी को हराया है, गरीबी को परास्त किया है और गरीबी से बाहर निकल करके 25 करोड़ का एक बहुत बड़ा समूह नियो मिडिल क्लास के रूप में आज देश के अंदर बहुत बड़ी भूमिका अदा कर रहा है। इस नियो मिडिल क्लास की अपनी एस्पिरेशंस हैं, अपने सपने हैं। इस साल सरकार ने 12 लाख रुपए तक की इनकम को टैक्स फ्री करके एक उपहार दिया और स्वाभाविक है जब 12 लाख रुपयों का इनकम टैक्स में राहत हो जाए तो मध्यम वर्ग के जीवन में तो कितना बड़ा बदलाव आता है, कितनी सरलता सुविधा हो जाती है। और अब गरीबों की भी बारी है, नियो मिडिल क्लास की बारी है। अब गरीब को, नियो मिडिल क्लास को एक तरह से डबल बोनांजा मिल रहा है। जीएसटी कम होने से अब देश के नागरिकों के लिए अपने सपने पूरे करना और आसान होगा। घर बनाना, टीवी, फ्रिज खरीदने की बात हो, स्कूटर, बाइक, कार खरीदना हो, ये सब पर अब कम खर्च करना होगा। आपके लिए घूमना फिरना भी सस्ता हो जाएगा क्योंकि ज्यादातर होटल्स के कमरों पर भी जीएसटी कम कर दिया गया है। वैसे साथियों, मुझे इस बात की खुशी है कि दुकानदार भाई बहन भी जीएसटी रिफॉर्म को लेकर बहुत उत्साह में है। वो बहुत जीएसटी में हुई कटौती को ग्राहकों तक पहुंचाने में जुटे हुए हैं।
Moreover, stressing on the need for India to be Atmanirbhar, Prime Minister Modi urged people to buy made in India products. He urged all state governments to take forward the Swadeshi Abhiyan by giving a boost to manufacturing and creating a conducive environment for investment.
देश के साथ नहीं चल रही हो तो क्या जीएसटी रैशनलाइजेशन और जीएसटी रेट कम नहीं होने चाहिए थे? उनसे पूछिए। देखिए, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो कहा था और जो कहते आ रहे हैं और जो उनके 11 साल में देश में हर एक वर्ग के लिए हुआ है, देखिए 4 करोड़ प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना, 33 करोड़ एलपीजी सिलेंडर कनेक्शन, जो जयराम जी के अंकल जब थे उस समय 14 करोड़ थे, और उसके बाद 10 करोड़ 30 लाख उज्ज्वला कनेक्शन, जिसके तहत एक परिवार को 500 रुपए में एक गैस का सिलेंडर मिलता है जो 6 सेंट बनता है। पेट्रोल और डीजल प्राइसेस डाउन, बट उनसे ये चीज पूछा जाए कि अर्थव्यवस्था हमारी कहां थी और कहां तक पहुंच गई है। अभी भी जो दुनिया में हो रहा है उसको किस तरीके से आप नेविगेट कर रहे हैं, वो आपकी तरफ आ रहे हैं कि आप उनकी तरफ जा रहे हो। ठीक है, आपके जो रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं, नेगोशिएशन चलेंगी, पर क्या करें, जब तक नेगोशिएशन अगर टैरिफ नहीं होते तो हम अपनी इकोनॉमी को ज्यादा मजबूत नहीं करते। हम ये जो आत्मनिर्भरता की और स्वदेशी का स्लोगन है, गर्व से कहिए स्वदेशी है, ये अभी थोड़ा ना है, ये तो पहले का है। अभी तो उसको एक बूस्ट देने के लिए जीएसटी 2.0 इंट्रोड्यूस की गई है। टैरिफ नेगोशिएशंस किसी देश के साथ नहीं चल रही हो तो क्या जीएसटी रैशनलाइजेशन और जीएसटी रेट कम नहीं होने चाहिए थे? उनसे पूछिए।